Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, Alf and I want to bring you our top fall transitional home fragrance recommendations. By the way, Alf is in my lap. You are going to hear him snoring because he's already taking a nap. So enjoy the free pug ASMR. Anyway, I've been meaning to actually film this video and put it up for the last couple of weeks, but I just kept pushing it off. I don't know why. I was super excited about this video, but anyway, I'm finally doing it today, and I believe next week, does fall start on the 21st? I don't remember the exact day that fall starts, but I'm crazy excited. However, despite it almost being fall, a lot of us are still experiencing quite warm weather where we're at. For example, here in Oregon, the area that I'm in, we are getting up to 90 degrees today, and it's supposed to be 90 degrees for the next 3 days, and that sucks. And it does make it a lot harder. As much as my heart and even my mind are already living in fall, reality is that a lot of like heavy pumpkin scents just don't feel quite right when it's still so warm outside. I mean, the leaves haven't even started to change quite yet, so it feels hard to commit to a lot of really spicy scents. It feels hard to commit to a lot of pumpkin heavy scents. And that's a lot of what the fall is about, right? Like, we focus a lot on spices, pumpkins, things like that, which is great, don't get me wrong. I'm so excited for that like full transition. But there's this few weeks during like the month of September where you just don't really feel like committing to maybe like the full-on, you know, pumpkin spice extravaganza. So today I have some suggestions for you guys for some great transitional scents that I think will still give you that kind of like warm, cozier fall vibe without necessarily automatically thrusting you into like super clove and cinnamon heavy scents, or you know, fragrances like pumpkin carving from Bath & Body Works. Like, that's a really intense, like spicy pumpkin scent, right? Even I, at this point, I don't think I could commit to pumpkin carving right now, but I love it. It's a fabulous scent. So today I have some suggestions for you from Kringle, Bath & Body Works, as well as Homeworx. And I don't have a ton of suggestions because I didn't want to like overwhelm in this video. I believe all of these are still readily available either on the websites for these respective companies or in store if they're available in stores. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. Of course, as always, I will list and link everything in the description box down below. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these things, you can find the information on where to do that right below this video. All right, let's get into it, guys. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start with Kringle Candle. I feel like Kringle has fantastic fall transitional scents because sometimes some of the fragrances that they release for fall are not, like, in my mind, they're not necessarily like super fall-y, if you will. But they had some really great releases this year, and two of them I think are fantastic as transitional scents. And then I actually have a couple from previous fall releases, but let's start with this year. So this is Rosemary Apple Rita. One of the fragrances, oh man, this smells good. One of the fragrances that I really like to burn during the month of September in terms of just like a fragrance note is apple. I think apple is a great way to sort of signal the early start of fall. It's just not quite as heavy. Even if you have like some cinnamon or some cloves mixed in with an apple scent, it's just not quite as heavy smelling as a lot of like pumpkin spice type scents are. So, and this Rosemary Apple Rita, it's just delicious. I almost called it Apple Rita Rosemary, but it's Rosemary Apple Rita. This is a really fresh, crisp, clean apple with just a touch of that herbal rosemary note. It's just so fresh and clean, but it doesn't smell fresh and clean in the way that it smells like a cleaning product. It just smells like a fresh fall day when you're going apple picking, and maybe there's like an herb farm in the distance. And you're just getting wafted with like some hints of rosemary and a delicious sweet apple scent. This is absolutely heavenly, and if you're looking for something to get you through because you still are dealing with 90 degrees like I am, I'm so over it, this is a great option. Another release for this year that I think is a great transitional scent because it's warm and cozy and inviting, but it's also not necessarily just a fall type scent, so I think it makes a great transitional scent, is their warm Cinnabons. So this smells just like you're walking past a Cinnabon at the mall. I think this is so authentic, so delicious. It's rich, it's kind of buttery, it's sweet, but I don't think it's overly sweet. I don't think this one comes across as cloying at all, but it's just a really great option if you want something that's warm and cozy, but not necessarily warm and cozy in the like pumpkin spice is warm and cozy, right? In that way. So this is a really great option. Now, I only have these three right now as wax melts from Kringle. But one of my other favorite apple scents from Kringle is their apple cider cake. I have it in the wax melts here. So Kringle is currently working on transitioning all of the former paraffin candles into their new soy formulation. So I think they're kind of gearing up for that right now. So a lot of these are still available in the wax melts, but the candles haven't made their way back. But apple cider cake, let's discuss this one. This is definitely a warmer apple scent. It doesn't smell like apple pie to me. It's definitely different from that. You do get kind of a nice like base crust type note, and the apples that are in here are almost like a baked apple, which would make sense because if it's like an apple cider cake, it is baked. But you know how when you bake apples and they just get kind of soft and almost the sweetness intensifies? That's what you get with this. Now, I happen to love apple cider cake, but I will say a few of you tried it on my recommendation last fall and you didn't care for it as much as I do. So I would say definitely take a look at the fragrance notes and make sure that you're good with it. But for me, this is a really great option because it just gives me the warmth of, you know, like a baked good, but it also has that apple in there, so it just makes it feel like it's a little bit more appropriate for the month of September while we're still transitioning into maybe the heavier scents. Now these two, my recommendation is to actually pair them together. So I am completely out of both of these, so the next time that I'm placing a Kringle order, I will be putting more of these wax melts into my cart. I love the Country Candle Candy Apples and Kettle Corn. Now this was released last year. Was it last year for fall? I think it was last year for fall. They're currently available on the website. Kettle Corn smells exactly like kettle corn, and the candied apples smells exactly like candied apples. Like these two images here, this is exactly what you're getting with these fragrances. Like there's nothing fancy here, right? Like these are pretty basic. However, when you pair these two together, so I will do 1 cube of each in each of my Scentsy warmers. It honestly smells like the fair. That combination of candy apple and kettle corn, both of which are treats that you probably usually get when you go to the fair in the fall. It just is such a great transition, you guys. And if you've never tried either of these, they're so good. Right now they are available in the wax melts. So if you want to grab some of the wax melts to have on hand, I know a lot of you don't burn your candles during the warm weather months, so these wax melts might be a great fit for you if you are also still dealing with 90 degrees. So there we have some suggestions from Kringle. I actually had the most suggestions from Kringle, and there were even others that I could have popped in here, but in the interest of not having this be like a 20-minute long video, I capped myself. Okay, I capped myself at 2 candle suggestions from Bath & Body Works. Now, this one may not still be available, but I bet a lot of you have it on hand. This is the Vanilla and Musk, which was formerly, I believe, Toasted Marshmallow. I think that's what it was when it first came out. Oh, this one's so good. So this one doesn't really smell like a gourmand. Like it doesn't smell edible, but it's really warm and cozy. This is a wonderful fragrance to light up at night when it does tend to cool down just a little bit more, and you want something that's warm and cozy because there's just that little bit of it, like the chill in the air. It just is. This one's fabulous, you guys. I honestly cannot say enough good things about this fragrance. I hope this sticks around. So this says that this is a combination of whipped vanilla, soft cedarwood, and suede musk. I mean, I guess I could agree with that. It just is a warm, cozy, vanilla. And vanillas, I think, are great transitional scents no matter what the season. And this one here, I think, is the perfect fall transition. Now, my second suggestion, I do believe this one is an online exclusive, but every time that I place an order online, I always pop one of these in. This is Warm Vanilla Sugar. I used to wear Warm Vanilla Sugar when I would wear the body care way back in the day at Bath & Body Works. I haven't really used a lot of their body care. I started getting really itchy. So for years, I just stopped buying it, but I did try a couple of body washes recently, and I think they changed a little bit of their formulation. So anyway, I can use at least the body wash now at this point. But Warm Vanilla Sugar is, I think, one of my most favorite scents to burn year-round. But for some reason, it always lends itself to a great transitional scent as well, especially going into the fall. It's just so warm and cozy. This one definitely does have a sandalwood base to it, but it's not an overly woody sandalwood base, and it's quite sweet. Like, I think this is definitely a sweeter vanilla scent, and it's just so beautiful, again, on either those slightly warmer fall days or those cooler fall nights when you're starting to feel a little bit of that chill in the air and you just want to feel really warm and cozy. I think this one it's just always going to be a staple for me. I think it's beautiful, and it's a great one to bust out this time of year, I think. All right, I have two suggestions for you from Homeworx. Homeworx has a lot of great fall scents, but Harry definitely does go ham on a lot of like cranberry or pumpkin type scents. I think cranberry can be a good transition as well, but I think he also has some other options that I think are great as transitional scents. So here are my top two suggestions. Now, this one just launched again over at Homeworx.Shop today. They are having a sale on their website. For this particular sale, you can't use your rewards, but there's some different you can get greater discounts based on, you know, like how much you spend. The more you spend, the more you save is basically the deal of this sale. So I'll put the information down below. But this is Spiced Apple Crumb, and it is re-releasing today. I love this one. I'm so glad this one came back because I was like, this is the one that I want to put in this video. So, oh, you guys, this is basically, I believe Harry developed apple crumb when he was at Bath & Body Works. This is basically that apple crumb, but like moved over to Homeworx. It smells so similar. I actually have an apple crumb on this table back here from like back in the day when the candles were still 20 bucks at Bath & Body Works. This one it's so similar, you guys. If you missed that one, this is your replacement. So this is apple, cinnamon, sugar, clove, and nutmeg. So there is some clove in here for sure. There is some nutmeg, and you do smell the cinnamon. But that apple is really a little bit more forward in this. You get that like really beautiful, not crisp. It's definitely like a baked apple scent again, like the apple cider cake. It's not quite a like apple pie scent. I do think it smells more like a crumb. You can kind of almost smell that like streusel type topping. This is really delicious, and it's a fabulous one to bust out this time of year, especially if you have some backups like I do from previous years. So when did I buy this one? I bought this one back in 2021. Oh, I'm so excited to bust this out. I'm actually going to be lighting this up after the video. I have my little candle holder here all ready to go for this bad boy. So excited about that. And then this one I think is just a must-have staple for, I don't know, I love this one any time of year, but I think especially for a fall transition, this one is great. And of course, it's berry pumpkin waffles. So Harry did bring this one back after years of it not coming back. I was so glad to see it. I bought so many of these. I absolutely adore this fragrance. So this, I really don't smell, I don't know. I don't smell a whole lot of pumpkin in here. I think there's maybe like in the background, but what you have here is really more of like that, like waffle type note. You get some fruitiness from blueberry, and a little bit of like a touch of that spice. So you kind of have like the hint of fall in there, but it really just is a lovely, delicious gourmand that I think, again, I could probably burn this any time of year, but I really love it as a transitional scent because it's just not quite as heavy as some of the other fall scents that Homeworx tends to release. It just smells fruity but gourmand and just delicious, and I don't know, this one always makes me happy. I think I still have 1 or 2 of the original hobnails left, and I am going to burn those this fall. But I'm so glad that this is available again, because I think as far as transitional scents, this one here is great. Also, these two are delicious together. I've burned these together before. So good. So if you happen to have both on hand, or you're placing an order during the sale, be sure to put both of these in your cart. By the way, just a little update on Homeworx. They are launching that Gather collection that a lot of people have seen at like Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. They are available at Homeworx.Shop now. The cranberry sauce, I might even suggest cranberry sauce as a good transitional scent, because this one's, oh, it's super fruity. I have an in-depth review of this one that's going up on Sunday, as I already finished this. This was sent to me in PR a couple of weeks ago, and the first time that I lit it up, I was like, oh, I love it. I love it. And I just kept burning it, and now it's gone. It's gone. It burned great. I mean, there's like obviously wax left at the bottom, but those wick clips, they extinguished on their own. So whatever wax is left in there is just, it's not much. So I'm really pleased with how that one burned, and it had a nice solid medium strength and throw. Is it like to the olden days of Homeworx? No. I don't know that we're gonna get back there. But that being said, that cranberry sauce is delicious. If you see it out in the wild or you order it online today, I bet you're gonna love it. And no, it does not smell like the really gross, like canned gelatinous raspberry goo. No, this smells like an actual cranberry chutney. So if you're a big fan of Yankee Candle cranberry chutney, I think you're gonna like this one. So anyway, you guys, those are my suggestions for you for fall transitional scents. Let me know what your favorite fall transitional scents are, or if you just go straight from summer into like spicy pumpkins, let me know that. For me, I mean, I kind of do a little bit of both, but I do think that these transitional scents are kind of a good way to like ease into the weather cooling down, especially for those of you that are summer lovers. I am not one of you. I'm so excited for the rain and the gloom and doom to come back. I thrive during that weather. So yeah, I get depressed during the summer. I am opposite of most of you. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I look forward to hearing about your suggestions in the comments down below. Check out the description box for all the links, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.